Welcome back, everyone, to more Virtue's Last Reward. Last time we got the safe password, and now we're continuing on. Well, almost. What we really need is that password to get out of the room. Let's look in this this microscope, see what we can see. Well, I don't know if we can use it at all, really. Oh, apparently not. It seems that we can't look through it. Alright, so what do we have now? We have seeds, roots. We have not used the roots for anything. Seed, saline seed, empty capsule. Okay, we have this empty capsule. Surely there's another capsule around that we can put into these two remaining holes to get the actual password to leave the room. Alright, so let's look at our notes here. Let's see. Okay, we used dissecting a frog. We used DNA extraction instructions. So I might assume we're done with that. Alright, we have not used hydroponic research number 1 and 2, so let's do that. Preparation 1 is that we have to prepare the different fluids, dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Alright. Have we seen like a sink or something? I mean, there's a drain. I have not seen like a faucet or anything. DNA extraction says extract plant materials. Oh, you think we should use the roots? Yeah, we could select the root, put it in, and see what happens. Oh, the colored tanks with the numbers? Okay, we'll try that then. Squelch. Oh, the cDNA was optional. We're not actually done with that. Okay. Alright, we threw the roots in there. Whoops. Alright, I guess the roots are done. Alright, let's head over to this over here. Alright, we did a puzzle similar to that before. Oh, we're not done with the roots, okay. Should we just do the things that we did to extract DNA before with the roots? Alright, let's head back over there and see what we get if we do that. Once we're done explaining about the water flow here. Alright, lever on the right starts the water, then we have to direct the water to where we want it to go. Well, let's not give it a shot right now. Let's head back to the blender. Alright. So... and then... and what do we get? We have a green capsule. Alright, so we have the third that we need for the machine, for the microscope. We'll just pop it in right now, why not? Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, now, this puzzle. I've been kind of putting this off because the blender was easier to understand and figure out. Alright, we have to prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 5 part water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Okay, let's put the, we don't have any fluids. Let's just try putting the seeds here. Oh, okay, there are already fluids in the beakers. Okay, so those should each have 1 part, and then we need 10 parts water. Poke the lever to make the water go. Yep, there sure is. Okay, there we go. I tap on the pipes instead of the lever. Alright, so let's see what we want to do here. Pull that lever, and we failed. Okay, this is easier than I think. I hope so. Alright, so we can see that there was too much water in some... Well, there's not enough in 3 and 5. And that was almost there, except number 3 did not get enough. Let's see. They seem full, but I mean, clearly something is not quite right. All right. Can I empty them in this puzzle, or do I have to leave the puzzle? Nope, that's correct. That is what we need to do. Oh, they should... Okay, so the 3s should be higher than the 2... I must be not getting something. I don't know, I just... For some reason, this is confusing me. I am not getting something about it. That must be very obvious. Oh, it needs to have 30, 30, 20, 50, 30. So, like, say if the first 2 needed to be 30 each. That's 40 going down both directions. That splits into 20. So if the right one is facing the right, and I assume that the water is heading that direction, that should split 20 to 10, so that should get 30 into the left beaker, which would bring 10 into the yellow beaker. So then the second one you have... So you move that to the middle, so you have 40-40 going down. Then if you split that into 2 by splitting that, then you have 20 going into yellow beaker with 10 going from the other side, making 30. That also makes 20 go down. Oh, just put them all vertical? Is that all it is? That is not all it is. Oh wait, this one's not vertical. That is what it is. It was just turn them all vertical. Turn them all down, and that did it. Yay! We did it! Solve the puzzle! Okay, so what do we do? Okay, each seed requires a different culture. Alright, so we have to match seeds with fluids. Let's get the... Let's see. Get this on here? No, we need number 2. Alright, so with number 2 on the screen, we can see what this is about. Long seeds did not germinate in 3 of the fluids. Long seeds can only work in 2. Fortunately, we only have 2 long seeds, so that works out okay. Then we have the round seeds. Okay, round seed in B, yellow, and D, cyan, did not germinate. Okay, so does that just tell us where the long seeds are supposed to go? It should go in yellow and cyan? Because if the round seeds do not germinate in those, and there are only 2 long seeds, I guess that has to be. None of the marked seeds germinated if... Oh, wait, can we do it in more than one? Oh, because... none of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C green, so the plain seed has to be green. The non-marked seeds fail to germinate when put in... Oh, wait, no, none of the marks... No, sorry. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate if put in fluid red or yellow, so that's okay, we're putting it in green. And then when the striped seeds were put into cyan and blue, only one of them failed to germinate. So let's switch these. We did it. Oh, Clover. That's some innuendo right there. And we have the 4th ball. And I think we can actually exit the room. We did that in record time, chat. I have to say, this might be the fastest room yet. I'm not sure if there was a faster one. Alright, let's get that in there, and... Oh, there's one more puzzle? Alright, that did seem a bit too fast. Where do you want me to look? Oh, in the microscope? Should I look in there? Oh, okay, yep, I'm looking in there. Why, Dio, that's much more knowledgeable of you than I would have expected. Yeah, Dio, I'm impressed. I didn't really think you knew anything. Alright, reposition everything so that A is connected to T, G is connected to C. Alright, let's see how do we move things from left to right. And we move... Okay, we can move both top and bottom. Alright. Alright, so that's the top row. That's the second row. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, no. Gonna have to change something. Oh, there's 6 rows, but there are 2 pairs. Alright, that's 1 pair, that's... Okay, the top row moves the 4th row, the 4th row moves the 6th row, the 6th row moves the 4th row. The 5th row just moves by itself. Yeah, there's 1 row that can be moved by itself, that is the 5th row. 3rd row moves the 2nd row. I'm not sure if there's anything to think about here, or if this really is just entirely trial and error. I don't know. We did it. But I'm not sure if there was some kind of method we should have been using, or if you just move rows around until you finally get it. Thanks? Yeah, honestly, Clover, I could go for a treat. What is it? I wanted a treat, though. Alright, let's look at that screen, and we have the password. Looks like this room is done! Alright, let's get to that safe. Get into these passwords. Alright, we do have to click on the safe first. Let's talk about this safe, just like every other safe that we've seen. Of course, in this timeline, I guess they would have only have seen one so far. But we have seen so many. Just so many at this point. Alright, green first. Oh, and what's that? There's something different in there. There's a bottle of something. That has not been usually the case. Sometimes there's a special item in these safes, and then sometimes it's just the same things that are in every other safe, such as the map, such as the key cards. Looks like we've got something, though. We've got a special item. Alright. Right, the key cards for the next round. Right. It always is. It always is. Let's take a look at that bottle. That's what I want to take a look at. Yeah, they did take it out from under the bottle, didn't they? They took the map out. The bottle? No, the notebook is next, okay. Hmm? Maybe it's the Brazilian language. Which is Portuguese, yes. Oh, they finally took Excelavir. Yes, exactly what we need. Let's spell it out. Yeah. Word, letter by letter. Because we've been looking for this for so long. Alright, so, I guess a question is, Dio, why do you want to see that? I don't exactly trust you with it, Dio. I know you don't like the idea of a cure for Radical 6, Dio. So I guess a question is this the same bottle that Quark had found in the first timeline we went through, or is this a separate bottle altogether? Because we need 2 bottles of it. For that one, because the first timeline we went through had a lock on it, since we needed to give both Alice and Quark a dose of Excelavir, and we did not have 2 doses, so we'll see. Okay, time for the blue password. It is the same bottle? Now that's disappointing. That doesn't really solve our problem then. Alright, we have the gold file. Alright, so since we've gotten the key, let's head over to the locked door, which I think is over here. Yep, there it is. And let's head on out. Good job, chat. We finished that timeline. We finished this puzzle room really fast. We found it!
Hey, hold on a minute.
And now people are talking with voices again.
There's something... I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check.
Hmm?
Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. We usually make use of any unusual things in these puzzle rooms.
I was just wondering what it was.
Huh. It's a machine that can replicate things, you say?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Maybe something we need two of. Maybe.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is. Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Oh man, I hope that's true. That would be the best ending. I mean, yeah, Dio can get out of here for all he wants. He can win the game and leave this facility if we have the infinite ice cream replicator. That is the best ending that things could turn out. Because this is a secure facility.
Oh, good one.
It's like the only place that's secure from Radical 6 as far as we know.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes.
Aside from Quark getting it, and Alice.
There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
I mean, really, once we see what's outside, this isn't too bad. Aw, Dio embarrassed us.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
Yeah, it's useless. If only we had an idea of what it could be.
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue.
And that's right, Ladrago. Dio is not running off to open the AB gates. This is like the only timeline that hasn't happened.
Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
And it's only because he's with us. Yeah, how is the AB game gonna go this way if Dio is not there to activate it early?
The vial. Could you show it to me again?
I don't know about that, Dio.
I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Accelavir?
Well, that's what it says on it.
You really are an idiot. Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What are you doing?
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later. I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Look, Dio, you're not just going up one-on-one with Sigma. Clover is here with us, and she is an imposing sight. Especially if she thinks Alice is dead.
Request?
And you give her an axe, and you'll see.
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say. I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it. Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion, and it's not about being clever. It's about one thing: how well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be. So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick Ally?
I mean, if we wanted to be realistic, he put it in his coat. It would take him a few seconds to pull it out to smash it. I mean, Sigma could just kind of grab him and pin his arms while Clover goes to work on his midsection. I just kind of like the idea of that happening.
Sigma!
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
I imagine Dio struts pretty much every time he walks. It's probably not unusual for him. Okay, he's leaving, so he will still be able...
Are you really going to do what he says?
He will still be able to start the AB game early. Okay, that's how they rectify that.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now. If we choose Ally, and he chooses Betray... But that means... So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
Sigma's not entirely sure why. Alright, looks like it's time to head back to the warehouse. And chat, I guess that is where you're going to have to make your choice on whether or not you're going to play along with Dio and pick Ally, which will result in Sigma's death, or if we'll pick Betray and risk Dio destroying the Excelavir. I mean, granted, it is pretty dumb for Sigma and Clover to play Dio's game. Really, the best solution probably is to just, was to point out that if you told everyone, and if Dio destroyed the Excelavir, that everyone else would be all over him. And probably wouldn't be able to stop Ten Myoji from breaking his neck.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
And I wonder who did that.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Sorry. I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Yep, of course you did.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, I'm really looking forward to the next round.
+1.
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know. Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
That was exactly like that.
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Oh, Sigma. I mean, if someone's trying to blackmail you, really the worst thing you can do is go along with it.
I see.
Especially when there is a large man in power armor who is in the room with you, who would probably back you up.
Where does that leave us?
Well, I'm not sure where it leaves us, but for right now, it leaves us with taking a little break, and we'll be back in a few minutes to see what happens. I'm sure Sigma and Clover will not mention anything. We'll go into the Ambidex game, and then, chat, you'll have to choose. Do we ally, or do we betray? Be back in a few minutes.